This video goes out to the youth in particular, people that want to get informed, people like that. Okay, so let's start. A lot of issues in today's society when it comes to like the youth going to school systems and stuff like that. A lot of problems with bullying. Our education systems is not very good and effective, and just things the youth struggles with. And one of those things is, the youth thinks that everybody has their best interests, and that's not true at all. That's a harsh reality a lot of people have to face. Parents, maybe they have good intentions. They have these kids who, let's say these kids, good, kind-hearted kids. I talked about that in the past. But the problem with this is their kids think everybody thinks like them and has their best interests, which is clearly not the case. And they're going to run into a lot of people. They have that mentality. So it's our job is, I'm not a parent, but it's parents' jobs to let their kids know, to set boundaries, identifying signs of fake friends and kids just trying to take advantage of them. That's one thing we got to work on for the youth, and that's one thing parents got to address. Number two is bullying. Now, bullying is one of those things where it's probably always going to be around until time ends, I guess. But, bullying is a huge issue, especially online. Cyberbullying, other kids bullying other kids. It's a huge, disgusting problem. Very sinister. And the problem is a lot of these schools don't address it properly. For instance, they claim they have zero tolerance for bullying, but kids are getting bullied, and the victim of the bully, they expel him too. What sense does that make? That's stupid. But no, really, I think this one has to do with empowerment. What I'm trying to say is we have to empower kids so this doesn't happen. And I recommend martial arts. As a martial artist and a guy that's been doing martial arts for about 5 years now, it's super important for the youth to feel strong and then feel empowered, but not be a bully. So martial arts, jiu-jitsu, Gracie jiu-jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai. If you find good schools, good instructors, going to teach them discipline, going to teach them self-respect, respecting their opponents. But also, it's super important for kids to feel empowered, because if they're getting bullied and they're not coming to school, their grades are going to be messed up. They're not going to be the best for their friends, their siblings, like their parents. They're just not going to thrive in the world, and that's going to be a huge problem for them. So bullying has to stop. And parents, it's your responsibility, and my responsibility too. I don't have kids, but preaching this message is we have to give the youth the proper, adequate tools to defend themselves. We really got to verbal communication, so it could be like a bully's trying to pick on you. Hey, don't do that again. Stop it. Then learn the physical self-defense from there. But yeah, we can't have a society of these kids afraid of coming to school, afraid of getting beat up, killing themselves. A lot of suicides that are happening each year, and it's fucking disgusting about those piece of shit kids bullying other kids for them to kill themselves. We can't fail the youth like that. We got to do something about it. And it starts by giving them the proper tools to defend themselves. Okay, number 3, I think. Yeah. Number 3 is we really got to do a better job with preparing the youth for life. And that is, we really got to make sure that they're being told the reality of the world, that, like I said, not everybody has your best interest, and you really got to be on top of you really got to be careful of who you're hanging out with. That's super important, because if you have one bad apple, this could be friends, toxic friends of kids. Let's say you have an bad apple, and you have a bunch of good ripe apples. That bad apple is going to turn the other apple bad. And we really got to monitor who our kids hang around, and just be straight up with them, saying, hey, that kid he's a bad kid. He doesn't have your best interests. He's planning to set you up. he's taking advantage of you, and so on. And the next thing is and that this is something I learned the hard way, is you don't want to be easily to manipulate as a kid, or even an adult. This applies to adults too. It's super, super important to know when something's fucking bullshit. So easily to manipulate is teachers teaching their kids ideologies, or teaching them stuff, or it could be other friends teaching them things, and taking advantage of these kids without them realizing it, is not just strong physically. You gotta teach them being strong mentally, like with trusting your gut, knowing something's not right here, and tell your kids if something doesn't seem right and something just seems off, don't believe it. Listen to your body, listen to your gut, intuition. That's super important, because being easy to manipulate, it could have all these consequences in life. For instance, for me, example, I was an idiot years ago, but if someone told me to sign something, like let's say I'm buying something, like, here, sign here. Or if I'm at the doctor's office years ago, I would just sign stuff blindly without even fucking reading it. And that's going to be a problem, because when you do that, you're ignorant. And you always got to make sure, if you're going to sign something, whether you're buying a car, at the doctor's office, you read everything. Before you take a medication, you read everything about the potential side effects. That's what being strong-minded is, pretty much. Those are examples, but these are super important things we got to be teaching kids, and super important things we got to be teaching people. These are all stuff I went through, and mistakes. So I'm sharing you what I learned, so I could help you. Hope you found this video be helpful. Leave a like and subscribe. Good stuff to come.